Okay, got it. Okay, let's see who's gonna hop on here. Hello? Who's gonna hop on tonight? Hello, hello? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello? Anybody? Anybody, anybody? Nobody wants to talk to me tonight? Hello? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Anybody? Nobody wants to talk? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hi, Jeannie from Illinois. How are you? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Rosemary from California. Welcome. Glad to have you here. You're going to hear my cat in like 2 seconds. From Arizona, will my daughter and I reconnect soon? I don't do that here. And that's not my kind of thing. Thanks for that, Wayne. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. I'll get started here in just a few minutes. I'm going to let a few more people hop on. Greenville, South Carolina, welcome. Dr. Evil, do you have a name? Thanks for the badge. Vicki from West Virginia, welcome. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you for the badge. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Oh, I didn't change the description. That's all right. Only I know. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Anybody? Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Really helps out, guys. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Just give it a few more minutes. Betty, thank you for that. Thank you for those. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the badge. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Okay, Joel from South Central Texas, welcome. Florida, do you have a name? Tim from Texas, welcome. Thank you for that. Okay, guys, well, it doesn't seem like a ton of people are going to hop on, so I'll get started here in a second. Okay, we're going to talk about food. You're going to make me hungry. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And the badge. All right, guys. Well, looks like we're just going to plateau. So thank you for that. Thank you for the follow. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Let's not. Okay, guys. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So if you're hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. I started my TikTok last year in March because on September 14th of 2023, for TikTok purposes, my husband unalived himself. And that's when I discovered that I have these abilities to talk to my guides. So if you're new here, I am a medium. And they slowly breadcrumbed me to my purpose, which is to help other people through their loss. Michigan, welcome. Poor bees. Rosemary. Okay. All right. And so that's why I'm here. My guides encourage me to get on social media and to help other people with their loss and their trauma and to uplift others. So that's why I'm here. Richard, hi from Rockwell, North Carolina. Welcome. Glad to have you here. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. I only have 2 rules here. The first one is I just asked if you're here to be kind. I can do that. I have an email. If you go to my email and you email me, I can set up a channeling session for you. I don't do them live here. Okay. Melissa from Maine, welcome. And so I only have 2 rules. I just asked if you're here to be kind. Joanne from New Jersey, welcome. Thank you for the badge. Hey, James. And my other rule is we don't talk politics here. That's not what my page is about. There's a million other pages you can do that. So I just ask that if you do that, you do that somewhere else. You like being kind? Well, that's good. That's a good thing. Thank you for sharing the live. I do not want to slaughter your name. I've seen you like my posts, and I'm afraid I don't want to get your name wrong. Mega Loyal? I don't know how to say that. So anyway, I just say that I am on my journey of life where I am and you are on your journey of life where you are, and none of us agree on everything or will agree on everything. So I just ask that if you're here, you just be kind. And if you can't agree to disagree, then I just ask you hop off and keep scrolling. We are not shy here. Usually my guides give me a topic and that's what we talk about. Tonight's topic is grief. We're going to talk about grief. That's what we talk a lot about here. We talk a lot about loss and grief and things like that. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. I think I'm going to have a cat come visit here. 1 second. Oh, she's just going to sit by me. Okay. So yeah, if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Over it from Virginia. I am fine. Do you have a name? And thank you for the badge. All right, guys. So like I said, so tonight we're going to talk about grief. We're going to go through the stages of grief. And mostly my guides just want me to get on and talk about that it's okay to grieve. It's okay there's no time frame for grief. My hesitation with trying to contact the other side is that I contact a demon and it would deceive. No, there's ways around that. We only ask for those that are from the highest light of source. And I say source, some say God. You can say God, whatever. And then we ask for your highest good. And Here's the thing, is that the world has convinced everybody that if you deal with the other side that they're all demons. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. And generally when I do a channeling, I get confirmation that it's your loved one because I only ask for a picture and a name. And generally they'll give me information that only you and them know. So Connie from Jacksonville, welcome. Yeah, you have a name, Kel? Okay. Thank you for all the badges. OMG, it happens to me as well, girl. Okay, what did I miss? Refresh my memory. I apologize. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Thank you for the follow. Sorry. What are we sorry for? You have to elaborate. I get to going and I forget what we were talking about. Arizona, welcome. So does anybody here have any kind of loss that they would like to talk about? Like I said, we're gonna talk about grief. Those are the kind of things we talk about here. So we talk about difficult situations. I have visions and see and hear things, and I have thought demons like the other lady. No, it isn't like that. The world has everybody brainwashed that everything that's, coming to you, or you see this or you see that, it's all demons. It's not like that at all. People really have been brainwashed in the world. I hate to say that. My son-in-law passed a month ago. Okay, Melissa, I'm so sorry to hear about that. How are you dealing with that loss? Are you going through the stages of grief? It's not like that at all. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't evil entities out there, but it's really not, it's not like how, I don't want to say the church, but the church and religion has put it out there that everything you make contact with is evil, and they do that because they don't want you to understand the power that you hold inside of you. Everybody holds power inside of them to be able to talk to the other side. They just don't want you to know that. So that's part of it. And you can agree to disagree with me. That's why I said we agree to disagree here. And if you can't do that, I just ask you to hop off and keep scrolling. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Sorry, can't talk. Never can talk on live. My sons and nephews were in an accident and it was my son's fault. I have the worst survivor's guilt. Okay. And that's normal. That is totally normal. Do you care if I will ask you questions if you talk to me. Just know, like I said, we're not shy here. You're welcome to interrupt me anytime. If you do talk to me, I will ask you questions. That is totally understandable. But know too that you're not responsible for somebody else's actions, whether it be your son, your daughter, your husband, whoever. Okay? He left my daughter and 2 young kids. It's very difficult. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Cowboy, thank you for the follow. Keep talking to me, guys. It's good. I just want to catch up here real quick with the chat. My nephew died. Oh, I'm so sorry. So your son was driving. Let me go back. I assume your son was driving and your nephew died. And now you feel guilty. Is that correct? Lisa from Nebraska. Where in Nebraska, Lisa? Just curious. Do you think we are time-stamped here on Earth? As in, do you think we have a certain time that we are here and when our time is up, we leave? Is that your question? Thank you for the badge. Yes. Okay. Is it Heather, by the way? Grand Island. Okay. I have family around that area. Yes. I do believe that. I believe, and like I said, these are just my beliefs. I'm not asking anybody to believe anything different than what you believe. Like I said, I am on my journey of life where I am and you are where you are. I believe in reincarnation. I know that they took that out of the Bible right around the 1900s, so people don't now believe that, but it was in the Bible at one time, just saying. But I believe that we sign a soul contract when we come to this planet, Earth, whatever. We sign a soul contract, and when that contract is up, and we've learned the lessons that we were here to learn, then it's time we go, we leave. So yes, in the roundabout way, yes, what you said. Can you feel other people's grief? If you were in a room with me, probably yes. And I just got chills, which that doesn't happen very often, so I'm probably picking up on somebody. Seriously, it was. Yes, it was. If that's a question, I wasn't sure. They've taken a lot of things out just because whenever they want to change the narrative, they pull things out and switch words and change things around, just so you know. And that's why I don't say God, I say source, because we've been lied to about a lot of things. I've been down a lot of rabbit holes, and was lots of gods, actually. So which one are you referring to? That doesn't mean I don't believe in a creator. I do. I believe in a creator. I believe the creator gave me these gifts for a reason, to help others. And I just, sometimes I call it source, creator, whatever, each to their own. I'm trying to keep up. Sorry about that. Okay, no problem. Hello, do you have a name? Hello, and where are you from? I'm going to backtrack. Okay, so I'm going to hop back to, I think it's Heather real quick if she's still on here. And Melissa, I'm not leaving you either. So Heather, no. So if you missed the beginning, my husband, for TikTok purposes, unalived himself a year and 5 months ago. And I also had guilt. I had guilt that I didn't save him. Lots of guilt. We'll just put it that way. And just know that in my journey of healing, that you have to go through that guilt. It's okay. It's perfectly normal. But know that you are not responsible for somebody else's actions, even if it was your son. I know that guilt is something for us in our human form. We like to take that on. And my husband always used to have a phrase, and he would say, Renee, guilt is a useless function. And he was totally correct. Totally correct. Thank you for the badge. Can I sing? No, I can, but I can't. No, what was the no for, Heather? Caleb, unfortunately from Arizona. Okay. I'm always losing family. So sorry for all your loss here, everyone. Oh, thank you for that. No, he was not a military vet. It's a long story. If you go back and watch some of my videos, my whole life is out there for the world. Long story short, my husband had gotten sick with pneumonia, went into the hospital a couple of years ago, almost 3 now, and had strokes. And long story short, he was getting mixed up. I believe he had another stroke 2 days before. So no, he was not a vet. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Do you have a name and where are you from? Oh, okay. Sorry, it's just so hard to keep up, and everybody puts different things to different things I say. So just elaborate for me. You're good. Thank you, Heather. Okay. Thank you. Have you ever heard of anybody refusing to accept death? My son thinks we are lying. I'm not sure if I understand the question, Cindy. Have you ever heard of anyone refusing to accept death? Can you elaborate just a little bit more than that? Hold on. Sorry, something popped up. OB911 Navy vet. Well, welcome. Glad to have you here. Your son-in-law died. Okay. And what does your son think that you're lying about? Exactly. Denial can happen after death. Yes, it can. Jim, welcome. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. He's in denial that your son-in-law died? Is that what you're saying? And I got to be careful what I say here because they'll kick me off. Sorry about that. I might have to put that in code next time. Hi, I am well. Thank you, Jim. You've never heard of that. Yes. Okay. Lori, Buffalo, New York, welcome. Amanda from Ohio, welcome. So where does he think that he went if he doesn't believe that he passed? Let's put it that way. Can you keep elaborating for me? Even though know that when they do pass, okay, basically they continue on, okay? They're on I would say the other side of the veil. And the veil is very thin between us and them. So they're always with us, right? He just thinks he's missing. Was there a evidence that he was gone, like a BODY? I'm sorry, I'm trying to say in code because I don't want to get kicked off. TikTok can be kind of touchy on certain words. It is first portion of grief for some people. It is extreme. But I want to go to meet the Lord. Okay, yes. Okay, you have okay. So he's basically just in denial. Okay, yeah, and maybe that's what Cindy was talking about. Or what it is. I apologize. I got to get my brain on straight tonight. I've had a headache all day today. Sorry, guys. I'm just finally where it's like going away. So I'm trying to get my brain to work right. Oh, he said the certificate is fake. Okay. Yeah. We went through that kind of a little bit. Now I understand what you're saying. With my oldest daughter, her and my husband was not on good terms when he passed. And she was not in a good place when he passed initially. And whenever we would talk about it, the first couple days, she was totally in denial. And that is totally normal. That is definitely part of the grief process. I mean, obviously he's going to come around eventually. And if he doesn't, I mean, he can think that he's just missing or he's just gone. I mean, I guess that goes along with the rest of the world right now where you can be a horse or a dog or a cat. I don't know. And I'm not trying to be funny about that. I'm just saying that, he's got to come to terms with it on his own. And until he does, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Just comfort him the best you can without upsetting him is what I would say. Does that help? As far as, it is part of the grief process, Oh, thank you for that. There's half a heart. I can't because I'm holding my phone, so I can't do the whole heart. Thank you. Absolutely. Okay. So hard. Death can be hard, but here's the thing. And this is what, it's not really part of my purpose, but I'm making it my goal. Because I am a medium and I can talk to the other side, and 99% of the time when loved ones come to me, their thing is they're fine. They're at peace, right? Grief and grieving is for us because we miss them in the physical world, right? And so I tell people all the time, we grieve here for them, but they're still there. They're literally just on the other side of this tiny little veil. They're here. Anytime you think of them, they're here. They're right there with you, and they want to be a part of your life still. And so I'm going to make it my life's mission to get that out to people, that they still want to be a part of your life. They still want to go on with you, and that you can talk to them. And a lot of the times you can even yourself hear them. It's just a matter of, I believe everybody has abilities. It's just learning how to tap into them. Does that make sense? And they're always sending us signs, angel numbers. And my husband loves to leave me coins. I find coins all the time. Sometimes they'll leave you the number of their birthday, or if they had a favorite flower, or they leave feathers. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that they can leave signs, Pennies everywhere. Exactly. I know it was funny. I think it was like not last week, but the week before I went to Walmart for something. And as soon as I opened up my door to step out of my car, there was a penny. I was like, thanks, D, because that's what I always called my husband. My husband's name was Daryl. And I always called him D, mostly because it annoyed him. I'm that person. So anyway, but I first thing I say as soon as I find one is thanks, D, right? So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. So denial, that was a good one that I did not get put, I apologize for my phone, on the stages, right? So there's denial, there's the grief. Heather, are you still here with us? You were the one talking about the guilt. I dealt with guilt myself. Deborah from Michigan, welcome. Lisa from Texas, welcome. Okay, good. I'm glad you're here. I did not forget about you, and I didn't forget about you either, Melissa. And then we also have anger, right? And like I said, I'm a year and 5 months out from when my husband unalived himself. And so I still find myself having anger. And what I talk about all the time is, maybe I should back up real quick, because I think most of you are pretty new to my page. I do readings. If you go to my email, you can email me to set up a channeling session with a loved one. I do that. I only charge $40. I feel like that's fair. I know a lot of people charge more than that. When my guides told me last fall, they're like, Renee, you have a service and you need to use it. And I'm like, I didn't want to do that. But my guides are like, no, you have a service. You can help people. So I feel like that's fair. Thanks for the badge, Wayne. I appreciate that. Thank you for the follow. I'm from Maryland. Welcome. I just want to back up. I have a lot of questions for my son-in-law. Okay. Well, I understand. I totally understand. I just want to back up briefly because I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from if you've never been on my page before. So when my husband passed, he did not leave me in a great spot financially. We were together for 32 years, and my whole entire world of 32 years crumbled. And so since he didn't leave me in a great spot financially, therapy was out, right? And what I always say, I'm the circle that didn't fit in the square, the unique girl. And so I knew group therapy wasn't going to work for me. So when I decided that I was going to stay on this planet, because for a while I was questioning that, because I'd never been without my husband. The longest we'd ever been apart was 2 weeks. So I decided, okay, if I'm going to stay on this planet, I have to figure out a way to heal myself. And so I deep dived into meditation and journaling, and that's when I discovered that I have these abilities to talk to my guides. And then later came abilities to talk to the other side, my medium stuff. And I've always had visions and I've had dreams years and years ago. I actually had the vision of my husband, the day that my husband passed, of my reaction 2.5 years prior. But I didn't know what I was seeing, so I just kind of tucked it in the back of my mind. So anyway, so that's why I'm here. I've been through all of this. I've figured out how to deal with it. And the very first message that I got in meditation from my guides is what helps heal me will heal others. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I wanted to back up and explain that. Cookie Queen, thank you for the follow. I'm going to catch up with the chat real quick. Jim, thank you for the badge. Mark from Indiana. Hey, Mark, welcome. Yes, my husband does come to me now. I do channel him. He comes quite frequently sometimes. Sometimes he sends me songs also. Oh, you're so welcome, Cindy. I'm glad they helped. And so thanks for the wave, Mark. So just know that we talk about this all the time. This isn't just a one-night thing. If you need to talk, I'm here. This is what my community is for. Sarah from New Jersey, welcome. I'm generally here Sunday through Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time. I always have a live, and it doesn't matter what the subject is. I always say the discussion goes where the discussion is supposed to go. So if you ever need to talk more, just know that I'm here. Rebecca, hello, welcome. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. I'm here like 4 or 5 days a week to talk. So this isn't just a one night thing, and you're always welcome to message me and we can talk more. And like I said, if you're interested in a channeling, if you go to my email that's on here, it's scorpiomedium74@yahoo. And I also have scorpiomedium74@gmail. And you can email me to set up a channeling session if you would like. So I got that little plug out of the way. My guides get upset with me if I don't plug myself. So I don't like to do that. But thank you for all the hearts, guys. I appreciate that. So yeah, so just know, so anger is the one we left off on. Anger is another one that's perfectly normal. And then of course, sadness, right? And so like I was saying, so I deep dived into meditation, and meditation doesn't mean that you have to be sitting in a dark room, quiet, right? Meditation can be doing dishes, driving in the car, walking through nature. It's just learning how to quiet your mind, getting out of the left side of our brain, which is the ego, and into the right side, which is love, and learning how to quiet our mind and working through what you have to work through. It makes it a lot easier when you get out of that busy part, right? Over here, it's busy. So yeah, just learning to quiet the mind, that helps a lot. And then, like I said, I deep dived into journaling, and that was extremely beneficial for me. I would sit out in nature and journal. Of course, it's freezing here now. I think we were like -8 last time I checked. But if you can get out, the more you can get out into nature and ground, and that is amazing. Nature is amazingly healing. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that, guys. Does anybody else have anything else? Melissa, do you want to elaborate? Can you refresh my mind again? You said who passed? You can ask me something right now. You can always ask me something. Waco, Texas. That's right. The weather's bad there too. Yeah. You can always ask me something. That's why I'm here. Gina from Florida, welcome. Thank you for the follow and the likes. I appreciate that. Tracy from Lancaster, New York, welcome. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. I don't know. I'm going to slaughter that. You're from Missouri. Dina, welcome. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it wrong. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Melissa, are you still here? She's laughing at me. Jason, Florida. Hello. Jason, but your name says Jim? I'm confused. Just curious why. Or am I missing something? Okay, guys. Just know the biggest thing with grief is knowing that you have to walk through it, right? We talk about all the time. Real name is Jason. Okay, got it. I understand now. Okay. Walking through the grief, right? And I tell everybody all the time, you can shove grief under a rug, but it's only going to stay there for so long, and pretty soon it's going to trip you, right? When we put things under a rug, whether it be grief or anything, it just manifests itself in other ways. So you can think that you're getting away from grief if you're not walking through it, but really you're not. It just manifests itself in other ways for you, like anger, depression, anxiety, you name it, the gamut, right? Alcohol abuse, drug abuse, right? So many different things. Were you going to ask me that question over it? I'm here anytime. You can ask me anytime, or you can message me if you don't feel comfortable asking me here. Okay, so I just kind of go over my notes of what my guides give me. Sometimes they give me notes, sometimes they don't. You did? Did I miss it? Sometimes they hide. Sometimes they hide my comments, just so you know. So if you did ask me, I didn't get it. I just have to face it. The guilt is, or not guilt, excuse me, sadness or loss. What are we talking about, Rebecca? Is your son-in-law here? Possibly. Somebody's been giving me chills since you guys hopped on. So maybe before Jason from Florida's comment. Okay, hold on. Hopefully it's there because sometimes it hides it. It's not showing me. I apologize. Can you message me after if it doesn't show it again? I don't know why it hides some people's comments. And it's so frustrating. Jason, I don't answer questions like that. First of all, that's not what I do. I don't answer questions like that. I can pull people through from the other side. I can't answer questions like that. And even if I could, I wouldn't do it on a live because I have to really focus. I didn't. Gosh darn it. I don't know why it's hiding people's comments. The other night it hit almost everybody's comment. And I don't know why it's doing that. Should I not try to convince him Vinny's not here? No. I would say don't try to convince him. And this is just me. I'm just going to tell you, I'm a straight shooter. I'm just going to tell you from my point of view, Cindy. I'm thinking your son's in shock, right? He's got to wrap his brain around it, right? So, I can't tell you if your mom's here, but I can channel if you guys email me. I don't do any channeling on the spot. If you email me, I can set up a channeling session. Oh, no problem. And that's exactly right. It only aggravates him. Yes, your husband can if he's passed, yes, he can hear you. He's probably sitting right next to you on the couch. If you just talk to him, he'll sit down next to you probably. Just so you know. Body. Okay, I got body over it. What about the body? You can tell your dad, Vinny and Joe, hello. Are they passed? If they've passed, you can tell them. Is it Gina? You don't need me. All you have to do is talk to them. They're right there, just so you know. The veil between us and them are very thin. And they can hear you at any time. And also, your loved ones can be in multiple places because time and space and all that stuff, that only exists for us. So they can actually be in multiple places at once. But back to your question, Cindy, I personally believe that your son just needs time to wrap his brain around it. He is in denial because he's in shock of it. And what I was going to say is, for example, so when my husband first passed, we were living out of our camper at the time because of a job situation. And I basically locked myself in my camper for like a good week. And barely came out. Okay. Like my mom, people were very worried about me. And here's the thing. Some of us, sometimes everybody deals and copes differently, right? For me, I just had to be alone to wrap my brain around it. And once I wrapped my brain around it, so I could then start taking the steps forward, just start taking steps forward, right? So no, if it aggravates him, no, just let it be. Just do your best to, just to love him. Okay. Love your son the best you can. He's just in shock and he's got to wrap his brain around that. Okay. But keep an eye on him. All right. Keep an eye. I just say that just because, I have very strong intuition. Sorry, I was picking up something. Give me a sec. And I normally don't do this live. My intuition says, just keep an eye on your son. Okay. And I don't know. That's just something that things just come to me. I don't know. Keep an eye on him, but let him deal in his own way. Okay. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. So for the rest of us, ways to cope, like I talked about, journaling is amazing. Would like to connect with my Max. Okay, who's your Max? I don't do any channeling live. If you go to my email, which I have an email, you can go to my bio, it's there. I have a Yahoo and a Gmail, same thing, Scorpio Medium 74, and you can email me and you can set up a channeling session with your Max. I'm not sure who your Max is. Thanks for the badge, Wayne. I appreciate that. You're so welcome. Since I've already plugged my email, I better plug my YouTube too. Otherwise, my guides get upset with me. You guys can keep talking to me, though. I'll try to keep up. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. So if you're not aware, I do have a YouTube channel also. You can find all my videos that I upload here over there. The only difference is that I upload my live. So if you ever miss a live and you'd like to catch up, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Scorpio Medium, and you can find my lives. I upload them usually the next day. Also, I'm working on trying to figure out a time schedule to do lives over there as well, because I have a lot of people who follow me there that aren't on TikTok. So I'll be working on that. Not sure when I'm going to fit it in my schedule, but I'm going to try. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Amanda, thank you for the follow. I had an ex reach out to me. Is it real or do I need to watch out? Amanda from Kentucky. Can you elaborate on that? Are you reach out as far as like has passed in life? I'm not sure what you're asking. I don't do any channeling live. And if he hasn't passed, then I really can't answer your question. I basically just channel people at this point and my guides. Does that make sense? Who is looking for Max? Somebody was asking about connecting with their Max. I'm assuming somebody lost a Max. Alley Cat, do you have a name and where are you from? Yep, over it. What was the yep for? Can you message me after and tell me what you were going to ask me? Because now I'm really curious. I don't know why things aren't coming up. Oh, your name is Max. Okay. Yeah, no, I think they lost a Max and they're wanting to reconnect. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. That have passed. Is your name Nicole? Where are you from? Oh, okay. Sorry. It's so hard to keep up with the chat sometimes. No, it's okay. Don't apologize, Max. From Ohio. If you miss them and they've passed over, you know you can talk to them, right? In my dreams, it's like he is trying to tell me he is okay. Yes, they will do that. Especially if they've passed over very recently. It's the easiest for people who have passed recent. The easiest way for them to connect with us is through our dreams. They haven't quite, for a lack of the better terms for you guys to understand, they haven't learned the rules of the other side yet. So, not even the rules, but the ropes, I guess is the lack of a better word. So it's really hard for them sometimes to come through initially when they first cross over. So sometimes they'll come in your dreams, but that's the easiest way for them to come. But yes, they will do that. So if he's coming to you in his dream, in your dream, he is probably telling you he is okay. That's what they will do. When my husband first passed, I couldn't wait to go to sleep every night. That was, I would sleep. The most I slept was probably that first week, just because I knew if I went to sleep, then I would get to talk to Daryl. That was before I realized I had these abilities to talk to him. Ron from Ohio. Hi, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hello, my name is Wildflower. I am from Houston, Texas. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Sorry, I am new to TikTok. Can anyone tell me how to message one? Is it in the account? Yeah, just click on, if you just go to my page or my account, it'll say message, and you can just hit message and you can message me. Actually, hold on, give me 1 second. I actually just followed you, and then I can message you when we're done. Okay? So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. He never went by the rules. Oh, he sounds like a fun one to channel, I bet. I know a lot of them that have great personalities when I channel them. My parents died and would flicker the lamp for my sister and I with yes and no. To them, it was wild. Yes, once they learn the rules or the ropes there, then they learn how to where they can maneuver electronics. And electronics is the next easiest way for them to communicate with us. So yeah, they like to flicker lights. When my husband first passed, he loved the smoke detector. Drove me crazy. So yes, they do love lamps. My husband's been doing the lamp off and on for about a month for me. Also, I think he thinks it's funny. My volume has gone up on the radio. Yes, my husband likes to also turn on the television. I have a boy that I channel for his mom. A great friend of mine on Facebook. He loves the fan on my microwave, and he will turn it on, and I cannot, it doesn't matter what button I push, I cannot turn it off until I channel his message and give it to his mother for him. Hi from Florida. How are you? Also, the can opener has gone off. Yep. Does not surprise me. Thank you. I've tried to ask 3 times. I know. I am so sorry. I don't know why. It does it to everyone. I have 2 regulars that get on all the time, and they have a hard time getting their comments to come through too. I don't know why. I don't know why they allow some but not others. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I will message you as soon as we're done because I really want to know your question. Thank you for the follow, Nicole. I appreciate that. Mamie from North Carolina, welcome. Glad to have you here. Is it Delia from Boston? Welcome. You emailed me on Yahoo? Okay, I will check that. I probably won't get back to you until in the morning, if that's okay. I work early morning. I have to run my grandkids. They have a late start tomorrow, and then I'll get back with you if that's okay. Do you pick up smells as well? I do. Yes, I do. If I don't know, have you been on here before? Thank you for the badge. Kathy from Indiana, welcome. Chili Pepper, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Yep. I don't have a question. So basically what it is I just channel your loved one. It's $40 if you email me. I can set up a channeling session. That's what she's talking about. I don't do like questions. I just channel people. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Glad, Melissa. First time see me. Okay. So, when my husband first passed, and I know this sounds really crazy. So my husband was a truck driver. I was just talking about this on my live last night. My husband was a truck driver, right? And sometimes he'd wear coveralls in the truck. He was a local truck driver. I'll catch up with the chat in just a second, guys. And so my husband would get all hot and sweaty in the truck, right? And he would come home and I'd be like, God, you stink, right? And when my husband first passed, that smell, that stink smell, that's what I smelled. I smelled that for probably the first 2 months. And that's how I knew because before I realized that I had these abilities to talk to him, I would smell that smell. That's how I knew he was around, is I would smell that smell. Is that terrible? Crazy, right? Not a good smell. It was an icky smell, but his smell nevertheless, and I knew it was him. Okay, good. Glad. But been on a few times. I love music and always looking for new music. Oh, okay. It's weird how that happens, right? Yeah, don't give me a sweet smell. Give me that stinky smell of yours, right? What is channeling? We'll be able to ask questions. Okay, so how it works, how I do it, I do mine a little different. So basically, I have you email me a picture of them and a name. That's it. I don't want to know anything about about the person that I'm channeling because it taints my channeling abilities. I don't want to know about them. I just want to be able to flat out pull them in. I channel them and then I give you their message, right? And then a lot of times, I will ask them, can you tell me something about your relationship or about whatever? Give me something that will validate for you so you know that I am channeling who you asked me to channel, because generally they will give me something that will validate who they are. And you'll know, because only you and them will know. I won't know. That's why I don't want any information other than a picture, because it helps me bring them in since I'm not face to face with you. If I was sitting there holding your hand, I could channel them instantly, probably. But because I'm not sitting there holding your hand or touching you, then it's easier if I have a photo and their name, and then I can I know who I'm pulling in then. And like I said, generally I will ask them, give me some validation for you. So like I said, it will only be something that you and them know. Does that make sense, Melissa? Are you there? Sorry. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. And so that's what my channeling session is. Like I said, I charge $40 and you just email me. We set that up. I just have you send me a photo when I have the time in my schedule, which is generally within that day or a couple days. I channel them and then I get back with you and I deliver their message. And like I said, generally I ask them to give me something that will validate to you that you know who I was speaking with. Sometimes good, sometimes it's not good spirits. No. No, we only ask for the highest light to come in, only those of the light. So that's a whole brainwashing of the world, that every spirit that you're talking to somebody that's not. I mean, when I go into meditation in the morning and I ask for my guides, my angels to come, my husband, ascended masters, whatever it is, when I ask them in, I always ask for protection only for my highest good, only of the highest light of source. And that is such a misconception that you're pulling in bad spirits. I mean, not saying that they're not out there, but that's such a misconception. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Melissa, did you understand that? Well, I'm not saying they're not out there. You're missing my point. You thought it was your grandpa? Well, I get that. I totally get that. I understand that there's wicked spirits out there, but there's ways to ask for protection from those things. Right. It was probably one of your spirit guides that protected you. That's why they're there. Corpus Christi, Texas, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. My name is Renee from South Dakota. Welcome. I'm not saying there isn't any wicked out there, but there's ways of protection and ways to know that who you're speaking with. Hello, Mark. Welcome. Where are you from, Mark? My mom had a gift. Your mom also had the gift? And here's the thing is, a lot of people say when they've had like bad experiences that they'll call on Archangel Michael or whatever. You don't need him to ward them off, so to speak. Oklahoma. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Stronger gifts. Okay. So you still have the gift? Because, yeah, you've been on here before. Nice to meet you too. Welcome. Glad to have you. Melissa, are you still here? Or is your comment just not showing up? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. So today we're talking about grief. Anybody else have anything else they want to talk about as far as that? You've been trying to understand for 40 years. If I was, forgive me for not remembering. It's okay. Thank you for the follow, Mark. I appreciate that. Houston, do you have a name? Have you been trying to understand your gift for 40 years? Is that what you're telling me? Yes. Okay. Have you asked do you communicate with your guides? I'm not seeing your comments. Darn it. I hate that. It's so frustrating. And I've tried, and what I do is I've went in and I went to the filter and I've clicked show all comments and they're still filtering them. I'm so sorry. Stupid thing. It's irritating. Melissa, I'm going to... Are you already following me, Melissa? It won't let me follow you back. I don't know why. Are you following me? When I click on it, it won't let me. Ugh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Comment setting. Allow comments. Filter comments off. Okay. I'm going to try that. I don't know why it's doing that. It's so annoying. As a number 2? Yeah. Did you send 2 badges? It has something to do with the badges, I think. You are following me? Okay, send me a message. Because for some reason it won't let me follow you back. So that way I can find you again. Because sometimes, I don't know, social media drives me crazy. And you email me, so yeah, I'll email you back tomorrow. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Does anybody else have anything else you want to talk about tonight as far as grief or as far as the topic? Thank you for the follow. Is it Juliana? Marie, are you on here? Kansas, welcome. Asked if I can ask questions at the channeling. And did you not hear my response? So basically what happens is I just get a photo from you and a name. That's all I usually get from you. I don't want to, I mean, you can ask me those questions. You can give me questions and I can ask if you'd like. I mean, we can try it. I've never done it that way. Generally, I don't like to know anything about the person. Just because, but you can ask me the questions, send them to me in the email and we'll try that. Because generally when I bring them through, I ask them for validation, to give me validation. So that way, when I give you the message, it validates for you who I was talking to. It's something only you and them would know. Does that make sense? But you can ask me the questions. We can try that. I've just never done it that way. Howdy, Marie. How are you? You too. I hope you're not leaving. I hope I didn't make you mad. Okay, guys. Well, I just have questions I want to ask him. Send them to me. We'll try, right? We'll see what we get. Your son and your husband are gone. I am so sorry, Sarah. You know you can talk to them, right? They're with you all the time. Anytime you're thinking of them, they're right there with you. Just so you know that. You're so welcome. Like I said, give me a little bit in the morning. It'll probably be close to about lunchtime. I'm on Mountain Time. I don't know what time you're on. So between probably 11 and noon, because I got to take my grandkids to school now. My daughter called me in a panic. Mom, they have a late start and I got to be at work. And I'm like, she's like, what time? But I get off work in time. So we're good because I work early morning. You're so welcome, Sarah. if you email me too, I could always set up a channeling session if you'd like, but Eastern, it's 10:07 now here. So you're 2 hours ahead of me. So it'll probably be like 1, 2 o'clock your time-ish when I email you back. Because you're on Eastern time. Yeah, I'm 2 hours behind. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything else they want to talk about real quick? Kind of pushing my hour here. 8:08, angel number. There was something I was going to add. Just make sure when you're grieving to remember just to have a moment, right? Don't unpack and live there. Have a moment. Okay, Sarah, I look forward to it. And my email, did you catch that? It's at ScorpioMedium74. I have a Yahoo or a Gmail, either one. And same thing, just give me till, 11, 12 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow to get back with you. If you email me before that, that is. Okay. All right, guys. Well, if nobody else has anything else they want to say or add, anybody? Going once? Going twice? All right. Well, thank you all for joining my live. I appreciate you so much. Like I said, if you ever miss a live and you want to catch up, Marie, you have something you need to say? Like I said, if you ever want to catch up on a live and you missed it, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Scorpio Medium, and you can find them uploaded there. Did you have something you wanted to say, Marie? Okay, guys. Well, you can always message me too, Marie. You know how to find me. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Okay, guys. Well, on that note, I'm going to say I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the shares. I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to say I hope y'all have a great night. Remember to make tomorrow great because it's a choice. And I'm going to say until we meet again, I should be here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, a little before, a little after. That's Tuesday, so I should be here the next 2 nights, hopefully. So y'all have a great night until we meet again.